Hey, this is Mass X. Wait, oh my god, another One Punch Man the Strongest video? Wow, 2 in 24 hours? Do I have a fever? Am I sick? I don't know, possibly. But yeah, we're going to talk about, like I mentioned in my prior video, my fun little ditty over the last week's EBZ finals. And again, I am so sorry, Lilig. You have no idea. I've done that twice. And I do not know why I keep doing that. It's like I have a problem wanting to say the account name. But again, I thought it was pretty funny. That's why I said screw it and just posted it and did the editing with just the text on there. But yes, you do have a spicy account. But let's get back to what's at hand. Gyoro. She's dropped. So most people will not pull for this character, rightly so. This character should have been released quite some time ago. It's a joke that goes hand in hand with what we know about our publishing and developing staff for this game at this point, but we'll talk about that maybe a little bit more later. I don't know if I really want to get into that. It's one of the only things in this game that really gets my blood burning anymore, but let's talk about this character, because like this character or not, it's actually fun to play. Is it worth picking up? Hell no. I've already talked about that. Mel's is a direct counter. It's stupid, but of course, I've never claimed to be intelligent when it comes to this game, so I went ahead and got it. So we're going to go ahead and break down this character. And when I mean break down this character, we're going to go ahead and do some gameplay too with this character. But first off, what does this character offer? Well, one of the few decent basic attacks out there. Most of them are complete and utter garbage in this game. But with this one, it heals an ally target for HP equal to 150%. Not bad at all. I actually kind of like that. Then, of course, we have the ultimate. It attacks all enemies with 5 combo strikes, dealing damage equal to 160% of attack. There's a 100% chance to inflict silence on the main target, unless Mel's is on that front row. Which, remember that, Mel's will protect the row. So if he's on the front row, you're not getting that main target. If he's on the back row, you're not getting the random one. So again, as I stated, there's a 100% chance to inflict silence on the main target and 1 random target for 1 turn. Unable to use ultimate skill. Ultimate follow-up is not affected, which actually kind of sucks, but it is what it is. The passive. If support characters on our side die after any character takes action, deals ultimate follow-up of 80% immediately. God, I'd love to know the translation team and the grammar team for English in this game. Permanently gains 60% non-crit damage reduction, effective for all types of damage, cannot coexist with agility. And the Awaken passive. When the battle begins, summon 1 candle villain, each for the user and allies in the same row to assist, each inheriting 100% of Gyoro's basic attack. Cannot summon when positions of attendance overlap. After any character takes action, every candle villain has a 50% chance to launch follow-up to enemies without unyielding, dealing damage equal to 150% attack of the candle villain. After the candle villain takes 4 actions or when Gyoro is defeated, the villain will explode and deal damage equal to 200% attack to 3 random enemies, which is kind of nice, you know? Pretty cool stuff there. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at my beautiful 4-star Gyoro. Yes, she's gorgeous. Yeah, as you can see, I am taking my time. I don't want to burn a bunch of unnecessary resources building this character, but you know, put the character in training. Okay, so it is at a level 130. It's an Esper villain. Villain assist, inflicts silence, all great stuff. When it comes to this character, it's all going to be about attack. I'm just finished the talent tree. Completely and utterly disregard the sigils in there. Not what I'll be using. It was just to put a little bit more beef on the character right now as I just mess around with it for fun. The Awaken Inspiration is going to be a very slow process. I do have it to 2 stars. The Limit Break, I'm getting there slowly but surely. Again, going to be a bit of a slow process, but I'll just get this character to 5 stars and call it a day. Each of those will be as it is, because this is all just about fun with playing this character. And as you can imagine, we don't have the keepsake yet. I'm sure it will drop in some means that will cost more money, because that's what they do, especially with Wheel. Yes, love you guys, love you developers. The gearing for this character, this is where it gets interesting, because you really need to go attack, but you do want the character to sustain for some time, so it really becomes a push and pull. So why do I have Fiery in this? Well, because everybody knows that is not my gear of choice. Problem is, if you really want to make Gyoro effective, you want to have the character as high speed as possible, so it's going first or second. So optimally, if you set it up, if you were running Flashy Flash, you would put it on the same column, so it would go first. If you were running the new Zombie Man, you'd put it on that row, or if you would attach it with DSK possibly. Either way, that's what you have to do, because you want the silence to be effective as quick as possible. So that's why I put Fiery for the speed. Will I keep that? I don't know. It matters on what team comp I use it in. And quite honestly, this is just going to be for fun. Most likely a second string team. So most likely it's going to be paired with Flashy Flash. So it would most likely be in that column with the Flashy Flash. But again, you prefer attack. Right now I do have 1 attack speed in there for purposes of the character. Based on if it does go with Flashy Flash in that same column, I would probably pull that back out and go attack for this character in particular. And if I found it wasn't able to tank enough for me and get enough viability from that silence, then I would probably pull this set off and go back to a drive set, because everybody knows I love the drive set more than anything else. It is what I love to use. And for buff gears, which have not even been built up at all, or I haven't even transitioned any from anybody else, are all going to be attack. Pretty obvious stuff with this character. Oh, and look at there. I didn't even have a chance to look at Reset, and guess what is in House of Wishes? The keepsake for this character, as well as Phoenix Man. Yeah, what a freaking shocker. So we're going to go ahead and just throw this into the little tourney section and just watch a little bit of how this character does. What you will be looking for, of course, is a halo effect above the characters. Those are the ones that are hit with silence. Now you can see I've got Mel's in here, so it's not going to put a silence on anybody. Now luckily my Gyoro is going first, so I'm only going to be able to get 1 silence, and it should be on the back row if it does work effectively. And we will see. It does not appear we got any, so that means the random one was attempted on that front row, and that proves my point to show how bad the effectiveness of this character will be. All you have to do is put Mel's in there to counter it. So yeah, you will get maybe 1 win from somebody, and that's it, because all they'll do is put Mel's in if they have it, and story over. So maybe we should play a team that doesn't have Mel's to effectively show how this will work. Alright, we got a team without Mel's, so let's rewind and start this over again. So they have, first off, of course, a speedster, so they went first. What we'll be waiting for is to see how many silences. We should be able to get 2 on this team. And let's go ahead and take a closer look. You can see the halo. There is 1 over. Let's take a look here. 2 characters. You can see it's on the Grory boss. For the back line, so we did get both silences, which will prevent them from using their ults, which will be nice. But again, it has no effect on those ultimate follow-ups. So again, it is what it is. Fun to mess around with, great for a second or third team, but not viable, quite honestly, at all when it comes to any sort of main team play, because it can be countered so easily. But it kind of just then in and of itself proves my point, the fact that, yeah, very poor planning from the team about releasing this character so late. Why would anybody spend anything on this character unless you're a complete idiot, such as myself? As you can see there, we got the CK has it, the silence, so that is nice. But again, it is what it is. And of course the Phoenix Man. So fun to play around with, absolutely not essential, absolutely a waste of money and resources building this. But hey, there ain't much else to talk about in this game, so we need some content, so why not, right? And that brings me to my last thing. I kind of mentioned this in my prior video, and I'm going to mention this again. I'm going to beat a dead horse with this, but I'm really worried about how quickly they want to go to UR characters given the current financial state of this game right now. It is pretty bad at the moment, worse than I've ever seen it in this game. They did about 40K on iOS for global last month, and they did about 60K, give or take, for Android. So yeah, they are barely hitting the 100K mark right now. So I would not be shocked if we see another character go poof and we see UR characters basically no later, at the latest, March 1st. And if they really wanted to get desperate, it could be February. But yeah, just gonna keep putting that out there. If you're free to play, if you're a light spender, be smart, save your resources. It's not worth it. URs are going to change the entire field, not on day one, but very quickly will, and you will not be missing out if you're able to pull on the mainstay URs, which of course we will discuss in future videos once that time comes. But until then, I just want people to really stay diligent about holding back, because you're going to need it when URs come. Trust me when I say that. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a wonderful day.